Welcome to the Andrew Eborn show here on Tuesday, and a joy as always to have you on board. I thought I'd take you to a different park today just to get it all going. So we're here in the fabulous Hyde Park in the heart of London, where we have some of the greatest events. I was here for everybody from seeing the brilliant Live 8 all those years ago. This was all done in Hyde Park. We've seen some of the biggest festivals, BST, British Summertime Festivals, where they have all sorts of artists from Adele to all sorts of brilliant people every year. They have the big transform it into a major event. It's a glorious day today because we've got the full moon over there. You can see that looking wonderful. Let us know where you are at the moment. It's always a joy to catch up. As always, the Andrew Eborn show has been having all sorts of fun people. We had the wonderful Charlie Mullins, OBE. He was on the show yesterday, and we were talking about how Nigel Farage, breaking news, Nigel Farage has called him up and asked him if he would stand as a reform candidate. And that was revealed exclusively on the Andrew Eborn show. The media picked it up around the world. So if you haven't subscribed yet, well, now's the time to do it. Because it's everybody's favourite four-letter F word, free. So that's it. Subscribe now. We've got some fantastic people lined up on the show. In addition to appearing on mainstream media all around the world, I had the joy of working with the BBC, with LBC. I was on at the weekend with the wonderful Vanessa Feltz, talking about the exclusive interviews we have with Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, who's a regular on the show. We talked to him about everything, all the stories that we unpack about Elon. Virtually every day there's a story about Elon. And what we looked at is Liverpool Football Club and the wide reports as a result of a comment that Errol made that Elon was buying Liverpool Football Club. Well, Errol confirmed there was no such thing. And they worked on the basis that a little soundbite here, and all of a sudden the media said he's interested in buying it. The actual story was they put two and two together and made 40 billion. Because what happened is Errol has family ties. Elon's got family ties in Liverpool because Errol's mother came from Liverpool, and talked about that sort of side on the show. Inside here you can have a look. They're taking down the Winter Wonderland. 12th night has finally come, but they have all the sort of fairgrounds and things like that inside here. This is now turned into basically another building site until they get ready. What's happening? Winter Wonderland, there we go. Lots of people would be looking at that. If you pop down, let me know. It's always good to see from people. But we saw, as I say, saw Green Day here. So many brilliant acts that we enjoy on that sort of basis. So if you're joining me this morning, let me know what you're up to today. As I say, every day what's been happening has been releasing the Muckrakers with Andrew Eborn Reborn, we should call it, because we're revisiting those later on this month. A surprise announcement in the next few weeks. The Muckrakers will be returning. I'm delighted that working with Mike and Jenny down in Australia, did 100 shows with them at TNT. And what's happening, they're now going to be relaunching the Muckrakers on a new channel called The Pulse Today, and expect announcements very shortly about that. In the meantime, I'm dancing, as I say, on all sorts of platforms. We were on Times Radio a couple of times last week with the usual show with Rosie Wright unpacking the day's news. But we also had a look at joining Henry Bonsu to talk about Elon's influence on the global scale, and a fascinating discussion that was too. Always interesting stuff. I say all of the videos are available on the YouTube website and on other platforms as well. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do join in the discussion, because it's always a joy to hear from you and to see what's going on in the world wherever you are at the moment. I mean, that's the key thing about this sort of side. In addition to traditional media, I always say that online is the new frontline, and that's what's happening. We've got an opportunity to connect with various people around the world to make that make sense. The other big story which has happened is obviously what I've been banging on about forever, is artificial intelligence and how that's going to make seismic changes to everybody's life across all different sectors. And we had the Prime Minister talking about AI and basically making that front and centre. He's going to turbocharge AI with a huge investment from various tech companies, and they're going to be supporting everything from putting up new data centres to introducing AI across all sorts of jobs. What you'll find about Hyde Park is you got great things. We have the riding stables very close, so people are working on that sort of basis. So you can get your early morning riders, you get the people walking the dogs, you get your joggers coming along here as well. These big barriers behind me are to do with the Winter Wonderland, as I say, which is just being pulled down now. That's the sign that Christmas is finally over. But I'm sure it's, there we go, you've got your Winter Wonderland over there like that. What's also interesting here is that London has, they say it's the lungs of London is what they call the parks. And the great thing is, wherever you are in London, you're not too far away from a park. And as I say, it's people say money can't buy you happiness. Well, you're spending it wrong then is the short answer. But it depends on how you spend it. But also, there's lots of free stuff to do. You don't have to have lots of money to be able to do things. Walking in the park, which I try to do every day, is a glorious way just to unwind, just to see what's going on. Pavel 32, hi there, where are you from? I'm from Russia, Moscow. Wow, hello. Well, how is life in Moscow? We hear so many different reports about what's going on in the world. And the sad thing is the world is torn up by wars and so on and so forth. And I think that the general people are sort of wanting peace. That's what we want. If anything, as we wish for in 2025, is peace. Let's stop these wars. There's maybe good news about finding a peace settlement with Gaza. It would be great to find a similar situation with Russia and Ukraine. And Trump's coming in next week. I'll be on Dan Wootton's show with Errol Musk, and we'll be talking about that. But what's it like in Russia on the ground? We always say that if you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed or you're ill-informed. If you do read the newspaper, you're misinformed. What I love about the fact that anybody can contribute now to the discussion is that we have access to all sorts of information. And like Elon, I would absolutely think it's a fundamental right about freedom of speech. And the reason we need it more than ever is that we need people to have different views. It doesn't mean you share those views. What it does mean is that you've got a platform where you can air those views. Air, not share, is the whole idea. And what I've always talked about is making sure that we have a reasoned debate. And not just a reasoned debate, the way that you have that is to have an informed debate. You make sure that people are turning around and they can say, okay, I believe in this. This is the evidence, and you can present the evidence, and people can reach their own decisions. And this was the big thing. Elon's a freedom of speech absolutist, which means he'll sort of let anything go, but on the basis that obviously you want to hear the evidence. And as soon as you start shutting things up, you're shutting up debate. And on that basis, it makes things unpalatable. You need to be able to turn around and say, okay, this is what we've got at the moment. Here's the evidence to support it. And then people can contradict that evidence and come up with their own evidence. And just as we approach things in the same way as you might approach things at a court of law, is what we have is the ability to question make informed decisions. And that has got to be key all around the world. So it's great to see Pavel 32 in Russia, Moscow, or Moscow, Russia. It says what's happening. Asking where I am, well, I'm in Hyde Park at the moment, the wonderful Hyde Park, just by the Serpentine. Here's the lake. You can see the moon, a glorious full moon we have over there. I don't know if you can have a look when it's light. The picture is sometimes not as good as when it's in the day, because obviously we don't have the lights there on that sort of basis. I'm at Hyde, says Lemon. Hello, Lemon. It's lovely to have you here at Hyde as well. Maybe if Lemon's here, I might bump into Lemon. But yes, I'm at Hyde Park as well. So good morning, Lemon. Whereabouts in Hyde Park are you? No doubt you'll pop in as well. If I bump into you, it'd be lovely to say hello. Anyway, what's really good, if you haven't done it already, can I come, rob you? No, can I come rob? No, Lemon, certainly not. But it's good to be in touch. There's too many people, Lemon. Yes, you're behind me. Let's have a look. There you go. So you're obviously hid as one of those sort of things on that sort of basis. The thing is, Lemon, I come with massive security, so we don't want to bother them. I know, you're joking. You're in Scotland, quite right, too. What part of Scotland are you from, Lemon? You should let us know. I love Scotland. I got married in Scotland. Fantastic. Some of the Scottish people are some of the most wonderful people in the world. Fantastic people, fantastic food, amazing countryside. And it's been a big part of my life, Scotland. Glasgow, miles better. We love it up in Glasgow. Many years ago, I was looking, I don't know if you're a football fan, Lemon, but many years ago we were looking at possibly buying Glasgow Rangers. They needed financial investment, and that's one of the things that looking at. I was talking about Elon earlier and the potential of Liverpool and how that story got distorted. Well, Glasgow Rangers. Are you a Glasgow supporter? Let us know. He says, or she says, Lemon. It's difficult when people put their names as different fruits. We don't know, you're male, female, non-binary, any of those sort of things. Glasgow green and white. There you go. Green and white and lemon. A glorious colour. So listen, I'm going to pop along to my early morning meeting. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that now. Subscribe to the Andrew Eborn Show. We've got lots of great people coming up. Elon Musk's father Errol is on all the time. We had Charlie Mullins breaking the news yesterday. And he's a Celtic fan. Hurrah, Celtic. Fantastic. Yes, Celtic. That's what we have. So great stuff. When the Huns went bust, the Rangers... Oh, there you go. Yes. Not a Rangers fan. I get it. If you haven't done so already, Lemon, encourage everybody to subscribe to the Andrew Eborn Show. It is free. Everybody's favourite four-letter word. Do that today. Access to some great interviews. I have some brilliant people on my show. And what I also love... Thank you, Lemon. I really appreciate it. What I also love is the opportunity of these early morning walks just to interact. So if you haven't done so, do subscribe now. Do follow me at Andrew Eborn, at Octopus TV. And I look forward, whatever you're doing today, have a fantastic time.